The following presentation does not represent Australian opinion or intellect. We do not speak for any religious order or ethnic minority. We are not political scientists or uni graduates. We're insignificant upper-lower class scum, comparing notes and airing grievances. It's just our opinion. Deal with it.
No way that GST will ever be part of our policy.
Never ever.
Never ever, it's dead.
If they don't like it, go back to where they're from.
It is a big idea.
You know, we don't need them.
A new world order. By 1990, no Australian child will be living in poverty.
Right.
You should show out. That's what they say. Yeah,
I've said. So did I was playing against Johnny Dez. I am?
Yeah.
I haven't done the online season thing like that. I've just picked the character and I'm
It's
building
exactly
him up.
like what you and I did.
Oh, but just random.
Just random people.
Yeah, nah. See, I'm preferred the other one because I don't know, it's weird. I've always liked like custom characters and shit. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hang on. I gotta fucking write some of these notes, man. This is fucking. Should I do this?
I always used to love custom dudes in skating games.
Yeah, I always used to have one. I always used to give him. You know, I used to give him he looked exactly like me at 16. Blue jeans, runners, white t-shirt, like maybe a hat, maybe standard. Fucking hell. Now, dude, I've been doing that custom shit where what's it called? You build the character up from like 60. His overall rating's like 55, 60 when you start him off, and you just got to do all the training drills and
Yep.
all that sort of crap.
I haven't messed with that yet.
Nah, it's good, man. It's fun. The only thing that shits me is that you physically have to do all the training. Yeah, like before a match when it has that little training thing.
Yeah, the skill games.
Yeah, the skill games. You physically have to do all the skill games to get.
Oh,
your
it makes you do
characters.
them to get through.
You can simulate them, but more than often it's just like D, E, E, D, F. It's like, what's the point? You haven't actually got to do them.
Yeah.
And some of them are hard because you're only on skill level set. Like your overall character is 70. So how good can be at dribbling? You know what I mean? He's just like,
Yeah.
it's fine, man.
You have to get it, Nicholas. You're falling behind in the skill rankings.
I watch the real stuff.
Oh, please.
Reality's overrated.
I
Man.
just say, like, you know, it's a good morning. It's a great day. it's always a great day when you beat Chelsea. Look, I've got to say though, Chelsea have been on fire this season, man. Like, they're on top of the league. They're top of the ladder. They were going for 13 straight wins or 14 straight wins, but Tottenham put an end to that. That was going to be a record.
The dirty Spurs.
Tottenham put an end to that.
Well, 13 straight wins for Chelsea, man. That was a fucking effort. Like, dude, that's... But, sorry, mate.
That's Chelsea, mate.
Yeah,
It's still funny.
But they could have broken the record tonight. And
Yeah, but the funny part is even if Chelsea win the fucking table, even if they win
I don't care.
every cup under the sun, you're still going to be pissed off about it.
Because Tottenham beat Chelsea.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll be gracious.
You know what? Did you get a headset yet for your PS4?
I have one. I haven't got it off my friend yet.
Man, can I just give you... Because I bought one. I thought I'd lost mine, so I went and bought another one. Like, yeah, the standard one.
I don't know where one of those is.
Dude, I bought one, and then I thought I lost it, so I bought another one, and then I found it again. And I've started using my Samsung headset, which is better, right?
Yep.
But that means I've got one sitting at home. You need it. Like, do you know why? Dude, I was playing Johnny Dez last night, right? And he's
On FIFA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's brutal. Like, me and this kid have been playing... No, we're using... None of us used Juve. Like, we played with the Italian league teams for a while, and we were using, like, Roma versus Fiorentina.
Okay,
and
like, yeah.
Random. Napoli versus...
Lazio.
Yeah. Napoli versus... Hellas, what's it called? Like
Verona.
Yeah, Verona.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Genoa. Just random.
Yeah, random teams.
Yeah.
And then, like, the last game we played, man, I was, like, China, and he was Australia.
Yeah.
Right?
But I love playing with random teams.
Yeah, we're just literally, like, randoms, yeah? But I've been playing video games with him since 93. Like, literally Mega Drive, Streets of Rage 1, like... I've played more video game hours with him than I have with anyone.
Yeah.
And that says a lot, like, fuck, man. Right? But I forgot how, like, competitive he gets with soccer. Italians. Like, standards, right?
Throws a controller.
Yeah, last night on the headset, I just got a taste of it, and it made me fucking laugh, because it reminded me of, like, being, like... Because I hadn't played FIFA. We were also talking about it, like... Because I said it to you guys when we were playing, I haven't played FIFA since 99, you know, like, so good 16, 17 years, I haven't played any, I've kept playing video games throughout, but never,
properly, like,
yeah,
throughout.
and he turned around, he's like, shit, because, yeah, you're right, we've never actually played FIFA like the two of us, we played PES back in high school, but that was it. So, like, you just hear the cockiness coming out, just giving me shit. Right? And I was saying to Nick, like, the first couple games was like 0-0, 1-0, like, close. Then China versus Australia, I had to go, I couldn't be fucked. I just let it go, and like, it won 3-0, and he was just hammering it. How does it feel? I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care.
How does it feel?
But, having said that, man, I'd love to see this guy play Johnny Des in FIFA Online, man.
That'd be crazy.
I reckon it'd be the funniest thing. Like, we'd have to do like a live stream of this game.
It'd be intense, right?
Oh,
It'd be pretty crazy. Yeah.
yeah, because he plays PES. He's played PES more than FIFA,
Okay.
and PES was the ultimate simulator.
Pro Evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's still getting. He can't finish because of the way the game is set up. He has trouble finishing. Yeah, but he'll control the ball.
You know what? I grew up playing obviously FIFA more.
Yeah.
But I've played the PES whatever. But I like FIFA better.
It's different. It's horses for courses, man.
Yeah.
It's different games.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you remember the basketball games on PlayStation 1? Yeah. My favourite one was Total NBA 98. It was like the first one I ever bought.
Some random NBA game.
Total NBA 98. It wasn't an EA one, like then 2K came out. Nah, none of that. The first one.
Well, the new NBA 17 is pretty good.
Dude.
Played my godson.
Yeah, I saw it at a mate's house about 2 weeks ago. I was going to say, speaking of NBA and soccer, because we were playing because I don't follow, like I don't follow soccer like that much.
Yeah.
Like I know, key franchise players or
Chelsea are kicking ass, you know that much?
Yeah. Right? I don't know their names, but he's in Tottenham. I'm pretty sure he's in Tottenham. Hang on.
Today.
Yeah, he's in Tottenham. We were sitting there, I was versing Tottenham.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was against Johnny Des or someone else.
Was it Harry Kane?
No. I'm running around. You know, like the player name comes up.
Yeah.
All I saw was D Rose.
Oh, Danny Rose, yeah.
And then the first thing I thought it was Derek Rose. And my other,
He looks like him too.
and my other was just like, no, he's playing soccer now.
Code switch.
Yeah, from New York. Brought him in.
And he was in North London playing for Tottenham.
I don't know why I thought it was funny, but I was just like, no, he's playing for soccer now. I just brought in a random black guy from the States.
Hey, Derek, you want to play some soccer? Left back. Jump in, son.
Franchise basketball player.
He's quick.
Yeah, he's quick. Height, agility. Surely the skills transfer over, man.
Just,
Hey, what did you boys do for New Year's?
I watched Spurs beat Chelsea. No, I'm joking. I just went to mate's place. We just went to a mate's place. There was 6 of us. We had a bit of a barbecue and low key, man. Nothing.
Yeah.
No, man. I was with Mimi. That was it. We hung out. Played Firewatch. This
Nice.
walking simulator. Oh,
Didn't go anywhere or anything?
Nah. Dude, I was working on New Year's Day.
Yeah, me too.
What time did you start?
2 a.m.
Did you stay up for 12, like to say Happy New Year's?
No,
Or-
we went, stayed up for the 10 o'clock fireworks.
Yeah.
Went to, Morty Alec Beach
Oh,
Festival.
nice.
Yeah.
That's alright. At least you took the little one to the fireworks?
Yeah, she went on, the Ferris wheel and roller coaster
Oh, cool.
and shit, right on the beach. It was pretty cool.
You
Dad
good with
life,
rides?
dad life, mate.
Have I asked you this before? Are you good with rides?
I'm alright with rides, just heights I'm a bit, even on the Ferris wheel,
Really?
got to the top and I was like, ugh.
The Ferris still scares you.
Nah, just because of the height factor, And Nikki's just full chilled, hands behind her head, just relaxing, didn't give a fuck.
Was it Joe Rogan that hosted the Fear Factor?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a dream for Joe? Like, I'm just thinking about it now. We get Joe Rogan, like the guy that inspired you to do the podcast. We get him to put him on Fear Factor, like a new edition, and something to do with heights.
Just every challenge is heights.
Yeah.
I'd just give in straight away.
That's good for
And the reward is like Chelsea memorabilia signed by the team.
Signed by
So
Tottenham.
just he's creaming his pants because of Joe Rogan, but he's at the top of like a Ferris wheel.
Tottenham top signed by D Rose.
I want a D Rose top, man.
I'll get you one. Yeah. I'll get you one.
D Rose.
Danny Rose, man.
So, sports. Dude, you see what happened to Rousey?
Mate.
Did you watch it?
Dude, you know what? They're saying her coach...
I actually sorry.
No, I'm just going to say, her stand-up game was nowhere, dude. Defend.
I couldn't find a feed for it online.
I'll get you a feed.
I was driving home from work, I think.
Yeah.
Was it work? I think I was driving home from somewhere. May have been work. And I'm just like, oh, fuck, the fight.
Yeah.
And jumped online just to see. I got the results, and it's like over in 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I knew straight away I won $50 on that fight. I knew I should have put more, but I just put a quick cheeky $20. I won
Dude,
$50.
It was disgusting. It was so sad.
Yeah.
Dude, she had a year to prepare for this, right?
year.
And what was her coach doing for her?
They say everyone he's ever coached is just fallen from grace.
You know
everyone.
how much of a fraud this guy is?
No.
Have you seen what he's been done for fraud, for
Embezzlement,
all that kind of
That's
stuff?
mad.
Yeah, they're saying who is this guy?
I listened to him on a podcast with Rhonda ages ago, when she was in her winning streak.
Yeah.
And his advice was just bizarre. Like, he was just like, I just tell her what's going to happen and she does it.
Yeah,
like,
like-
it was really vague and like, yeah. And then he tried to teach her boxing,
And then
like, in
He
his last
convinced
fight.
her. He convinced her that she was a boxer.
Yeah.
When she's never been a boxer.
She got knocked out.
Dude, she got rattled. Like, just looking at the punches, man. It was like 27 unanswered.
Yeah, but she landed every one of them,
Yeah,
mate.
like
she fucking
27.
landed them.
How many strikes do you normally get in a round of UFC? Like, significant strikes? Like 10, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
5, 10? Like, significant blows. You know what I mean?
If you're a striker like
and that's going
Conor
back
McGregor,
and forth. Like,
yeah.
5 and 7, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, 20 something.
Yeah, in 47
And her head,
seconds.
man, it was just going back like a mannequin.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
It was so sad, man. But I was reading all the splashback, like, after, like, yeah, everyone's coming out and saying everything. They were blaming the coach, like, you know, guy convinced her she was a boxer when she isn't and didn't play her strengths. All that crap. Did you see his commentating?
Yeah.
Him screaming at her during the fight. Did you see the transcript?
No.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know if that was real or not, because it was like, I'm not sure if it was like a joke or not, but...
Nah,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was real, man. You saw it then. It was just like, it was just yelling over and over again, like, move your head, fight, go, grab her head.
not
No.
defend.
Dude, nothing.
Like,
just get out of like, it was just the most random gibberish.
Run!
Yeah. Yeah. It was the most fucked up
man.
thing I've ever seen in my life, man. And then,
Head was just bouncing.
yeah.
Just bouncing back.
Because he got criticism after her last fight that she lost, and then everyone was saying to her, like, you need to find a proper coach, it's going to make you well-rounded. And
Yeah.
she's like, nah, like, Pride was just like, nah, I'm staying with him, like, you know, he's been with me, and...
Well, hopefully pride doesn't get in the way this time.
But yeah, though, I was reading something this morning, and I was saying the problem with Rousey is that UFC has changed. It's not her fault. She got beat. She was just there first, as in she was the first big champion.
Yeah.
she
Before there
goes-
was, like, heaps of talent.
Yeah,
but,
her
like,
fighting has not actually improved. She's still the same fighter. It's just that now there are, you know, there isn't just 2 guys to beat. There are fucking 100 guys to beat.
Better talent coming through
Yeah,
now.
and she hasn't progressed at all.
Yeah.
Like she's literally the same fighter she was when she first started.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's coach was saying that they should have just stuck with what she's good at and just, like, nailed that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how you do it. You go with your strengths and you just give it 100% into that. Like, you don't try and become a boxer in a year or whatever, you know what I mean?
Man.
Well, obviously, who was she fighting? What was her name? Nunez or something?
Amanda Nunes.
Yeah. Obviously, she's a striker. She strikes.
She's a dude.
So,
She's like a
Rousey
man.
should have
She's like a man.
grappled
She
her.
fights like a man.
So, Rousey should have got her to the ground.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, play to Ronda's strengths.
Yeah, played the like just the counter,
But
like
isn't that the
waited
most-
for a strike and moved
As
it
a
in.
coach,
She's a
wouldn't you-
judo champion.
Exactly.
So play to judo and, like, her grappling. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like, wouldn't the coach think, hey,
no,
you know,
no.
like, that's just coming from us 3 dumb cunts going, oh, hey, how about you know, switch it?
No, it's
Yeah.
fucked. It was so like
So she
literally
sits there
sad.
and takes 27 punches to the head in 47 seconds. And gets knocked out.
That's a punch a second.
Dude,
man.
her
Like,
face was gone. You should have, like, you saw her eyes roll
Yeah.
back. Like, that was...
she was out of it
Yeah.
before the last 5 shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because those last 5 was nice,
They
though.
were
They were fucking nice, though.
I was going to say,
That was
yeah.
sweet. That was
Flush.
sweet.
How do
Yeah.
you feel as far as I don't know if we've ever covered this before? How do you feel as far as women's like competitive like combat sports? Women participate in combat sports.
They could probably kick our ass.
No, like as in watching it. How do you feel watching it?
Oh.
Yeah, fine.
You fine with it?
Yeah. Look, if they want, like people are saying, men and women are
Yeah,
equal.
if you're equal, yeah.
Equal. So they get into the ring and they kick the shit out of each other like the men do.
I think I've sort of got used to it. Like, when I first sort of came across it, I was like, ugh.
I can't.
I felt a bit uncomfortable when I first watched boxing.
Yeah.
The women's boxing. I felt uncomfortable. A little bit. But then when the UFC came in, I just thought, you know what? If they want to kick the shit out of each other,
Fuck
go
it.
nuts.
I don't like watching it. Like as in, I wouldn't.
I won't actively go and watch it.
Nah,
Like, as
like
if
the
it's on-
Nunes, like the Rousey Holmes fight,
Yeah.
I watched.
Yeah.
Actively, like as in,
Yeah.
I watched that whole UFC. I was with a mate. But I can't, not because I think they shouldn't be competing or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just unnatural, man.
Sexist.
Like, just it's so unnatural just to see it.
Sexist pig.
It's not being sexist.
No. It's just...
I'm not saying that they need to be protected, dude. I've taken hits from women. You know what I mean?
But it just makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable.
It's
You're
just like it's. I don't know, man. And then at the same time,
Like, you picture one getting punched in the tit or something, you're like,
you're at the same time, man. And it's strange too because like I've done martial arts like through the first half of my life, and I had like there were always girls in the classes and women and stuff. My first instructor was a woman. You know what I mean? Ever when I did karate.
and my first love.
She kicked my ass.
Yeah, I was.
And then it was smitten since then.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I was about 5. She was about 19. Yeah.
When she flipped me over on my back and got on top of me, that's when I knew.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you were near? No, dude. It's just, I'll tell you what, Nunes, like, it's funny watching the Euro, like...
Dude, I knew she was going to beat Rousey because the last fight I watched her in, she dominated the other girl like a man.
Do you know what's
It was
weird?
Misha Tate.
This is what I was going to say, right? Like, boxing is like boxing, right? Like, it's a sweet science. Like, you have to have the right technique to fight in boxing.
Lots of rules governing the...
Same with like judo, same with all that sort of shit. Mm-hmm. But with the UFC, because there's like, it's any fighting style. You know how like in the middle of a fight, like man versus man, you know in the middle of a fight when they just drop all the technique and just turn it into a slugfest, right? Like, it's just like, oh, this is just a street fight. You know, like it gets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when we're playing Fight Night and you're like, come on!
And so you start throwing swings and then I hit a combos. Come on! That sort of shit, right? With the UFC, I feel like it turns into like just a slap fest.
Yeah.
Like women just revert back to flailing and
Yeah.
Back
charging.
to like bitch fight.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not Nunez.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I'm
not
not
Nunes.
saying. Yeah, but that's the thing with
That's the
Nunes.
difference.
With Nunes, man, Rousey was trying to grab her, like
Yeah.
to subdue her, and Nunes just kept slipping and just throwing.
She's a
these
good reach though too,
fucking
man. She had a good reach and she just sconned it.
punches like a man.
Yeah,
Dude,
mad buff.
I'm starting a rumor right now. Amanda Nunez is a man.
You're a dickhead.
Oh!
Now come on, dude.
Dude, she's got some serious testosterone running through her, though.
Yeah.
But it's like Cyborg. Have you seen Cyborg?
Yeah.
Marco at work always keeps talking about him,
Jesus.
man. He's like, he loses it. He's like, oh, she's gonna fuck them up. She's gonna smash them. Nunes is gonna fuck Rousey. Like,
Speaking of
keeps
UFC,
going.
who's that wrestler turned fighter? What was that big guy's name that fought Mark Hunt? Lesnar? He got suspended for a year.
Oh,
he
drugs.
got done for drugs.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
obviously. And now Hunt's fighting Overeem? Is that his name?
Yeah, Alistair over him.
Hunt's got a fight with him.
Is that's not a title, is it? No.
Nah, not title, no.
fight. But it's going to be pretty good fight. Overeem should beat him.
Stipe Miocic is the title holder at the moment. Stipe Miocic.
I love how you know all these foreign names because of like the UFC and sport. You know, your pronunciation,
Yeah.
you pronounce like all these names like 100%.
Who's the Russian fighter?
Joanna Janjek.
Who's that Russian fighter?
That one.
That hasn't lost in like that.
Habib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, it's the guy that
apparently
he
fighting
fought at
Conor
the
McGregor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he fought
if
at the
that goes
McGregor.
down,
He fought at the McGregor fight.
Who do you
Dude.
reckon, honestly?
Oh, I don't know. Like, Khabib's never lost.
Like, Khabib doesn't show up.
Yeah, but he's back now.
But,
I don't know.
That will be a kick-ass fight.
Yeah, dude, Khabib's not ever lost. He's a fucking
Because
beast, like a
people
Russian
will say,
beast.
okay, if it's going to be one guy to stop Conor McGregor, it'll be that guy.
He's bigger though, yeah.
Dude, he used to wrestle bears as like a 10-year-old. No, seriously.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, literally.
Siberian
Yeah, just a Siberian
Bears. He used to wrestle him when he was 10.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Do you know what that is? That's
He's just nuts.
that's Sparta.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, the Spartans like would send their young
wolves.
out like
Yeah.
to the wolves
Yeah.
to survive for like 4 years.
And if they come back, then you're a
Yeah.
warrior. If you don't, well...
This guy Khabib's done.
Dude, it's on Wiki.
You know what? I was talking to Mark about this at work, right? Because he was talking about like just a cyborg's going to fucking kill someone in the ring. Like he just kept going. He's like Nunes is going to destroy Rousey. He's going to kill her. Like I'm like, paw. And I said, man. And he started comparing. Oh, he said he started watching Spartacus again. Remember that series,
Yeah,
Spartacus?
I've never seen it, but yeah. I know what
Dude, Spartacus was basically 300 / softcore porn.
yeah, Arthur kept trying to make me watch it.
Arch was obsessed with it, man.
You haven't seen it? What?
He was obsessed. He'd come in and was, well, you got to see Spartacus. I'm like, yeah, fag. We watched it once at a media meeting we had, man. Like, someone was like, oh, you got to see this show Spartacus. Like, what is it? It's basically a softcore porno with 300 effects thrown in during battles.
Nice.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's exactly what it is, man. Yeah, it's really weird. We were doing a short film, one of our first short films. We were going to cast a guy, and I think we either passed on him or he ended up not being available for the role. Like, at the last minute, he's like, oh man, something's come up, I can't do it. And then he ended up being in Spartacus.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like the lead, the guy that got cancer, the Aussie guy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he was meant to be in one of our short films like 7-8 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, what's up?
Dude, he used to wrestle bears
It's a
as a
bear.
training partner.
That's a bear.
Yeah. Dude, he would wrestle bears as a training partner. His dad would put him on the ground with a bear.
Fend for yourself, son.
And that is right there. It's got the video on YouTube.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Dude,
That's nutty. That's nutty.
that reminds me of that scene in Semi-Pro when he gets
I don't
attacked by
remember
the bear.
Semi-Pro,
Oh,
dude.
dude, it's the funniest fucking shit ever.
Oh, what I was saying was, we started talking about Spartacus, and then like he's like, oh, I like the gladiators. Like he just kept going. I said, you know what? Okay, we've really come full circle. He goes, what do you mean? I go, think about it. Like UFC, like we've got all the martial arts in the world, but now we've just gone back to like an octagon ring, and dudes just trying to kill each other. Like, as in...
Like Colosseum style.
Yeah. And he goes nearly a full circle. Nearly. Next, we need, like, someone to get decapitated or, like, literally die.
It'll
Like, as
come.
in the fight doesn't stop until someone's dead.
It'll come.
Yeah, that'll
But-
come. I've always thought that'll come
Yeah, if
eventually.
we come we've really come full circle.
Pretty
yeah.
much. Dude, get put in an octagon in the ring, and, like, just until someone gets knocked the fuck out. But, like,
it's-
full combat.
Yeah,
like, it's like I love that premise of like a lot of movies do it where it's like in the like futuristic and it's like they use inmates to battle to the death or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that, dude. Like I could see that being something maybe in the future.
Well,
Just as
putting
entertainment.
All the convicts in to get killed.
Yeah. Just like Last Man Standing wins. Like you just watch it on TV live.
Yeah, that's like the Running Man.
Yeah, like the Running Man or there's like Death
Oh,
Race.
that far from the Running Man. Okay, that's what I said to him. I go, we've really come full circle because like the UFC really is like the Colosseum with sponsorship.
Yeah.
You know, with corporate sponsorship. It really is.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it'll go all the way at one point?
Yeah.
Where we're going to start seeing people like die?
Yeah.
You think?
It'll be a
How
form.
far away
You know
do you
what?
reckon?
I reckon it'll be a form of euthanasia, like suicide. Whoever wants to die can just jump in the ring. I'm telling you, watch this space, man. Like Hunger Games
Usually
style.
the people that want to end their lives are sickly and weak, dude.
Not always.
You're going to put a whole bunch of polio victims in the ring.
Fight! As his arm falls off. Fight!
Yeah, like that's that's sadistic as fuck.
I reckon Inmates is the best one.
You reckon?
Do you
In
think
prisons and
how
stuff?
far do you reckon we are from that? As in, like, we're watching people kill each other in the ring. How far along do you reckon?
Yeah, someone could die in the ring regardless.
No, people have died in the ring.
Yeah,
People have died like playing NFL. People have died. The cricketer, man.
Yeah, Phil Hughes.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
died. He was playing cricket.
Copped a
Well, I'm
ball to
thinking
the-
of MMA, and Pride used to be the big one, right? And that was a lot more violent than like what
Was
today. Yeah,
What,
dude,
they let it go more?
no, you could like kick people in the head when they're down and stuff.
Oh yeah, what's his
fuck.
name?
That's fucked.
Like on the ground.
Crow Cop was like a ruler of Pride.
Dude,
wasn't
heaps
he?
of them were in there. Crow Cop, fucking
Yeah.
heaps of them were in there.
Crow
Like,
Cop was like the kid. I love Crow Cop, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
He was a beast. Did you ever see Crow Cop?
No.
just the high head kicks.
He was. Do you know who Crow Cop looked like? He looked like my mate Heath. Remember Heath from up in
Yeah.
the big
Yeah.
Maltese kid. Looked exactly like him, man. Like just typical square. Like Crow Cop is like a typical Croatian man. Like blockhead,
Yeah.
just big shoulders, big
Yeah.
legs, just angry.
Yeah.
And dude, he had this high leg kick, man. Just knock
You
out.
used to knock dudes out all the time.
just
side
one
of the head.
kick,
Whack.
gone.
Yeah.
Everyone used to. Oh, it was bad.
Isn't
Yeah,
it
but
Fedor or Mirko? Oh, wait, no.
Mirko Crow Cop because he was
Mirko,
actually
yeah.
a cop. Yeah.
But dudes, people would be like, people would
What a
be
unit!
Yeah, he's fucked.
Kind of looks like a big marcosciutto.
Yeah,
Marcus Shooter.
Yeah, man.
Sort of.
He was fucked. He broke Bob Sapp's cheek. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Do you remember? Did you ever see Bob Sapp, Nick?
Nah.
Bob Sapp was like what,
I'll look it
7
up now.
foot,
Giant big black dude.
weighs like 200 kilos,
Like
like
freak of nature.
massive unit.
Yeah.
He actually had a fight, and then Tyson came in the ring and like said he would challenge him to a
Oh,
fight.
this
that
guy.
night.
Yeah. I've seen this guy. Yeah, just a big freak of a guy.
But I've listened to interviews with ex-fighters from Pride, and they were actually like told to take steroids, like forced into it, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like people would go over there to fight from America, and they'd say you need to fight in this weight class, like a higher weight class.
oh,
and
so
whatever.
gain like 10
Yeah,
kilos of
so
muscle.
take this, and just you need to go up because that's what we need you, and they'd have to just pump themselves full of steroids. Like they were pushed into it. And not only that, you could kick people in the head while they're down, like while they're face down on the mat. You can just run up and soccer kick them in the head as hard as you want.
That's wrong.
Yeah, so
Still
it's,
like that?
No. It's it's all UFC now and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's like a lot more.
But to be able to kick someone when they're down in the head, that was getting close to what Dimmy was saying.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's getting to the point where you could kill someone, like it's to the death.
Dude, just
pretty much.
dropping knees onto people's heads
That's
from,
it.
like while they're down and
If
shit.
you break
like,
the nose in the right place, you know, in straight in the neck, break the neck.
I think someone has died before in the ring, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know,
that'd
but they say that as you know what they say. They say how comparatively, statistically, like UFC is no more dangerous than AFL or footy or whatever or gridiron, but the long-term effects of UFC.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Guys like
Yeah.
You're
waking
getting
up.
belted in the head every time, and in training you're getting belted because you're sparring and you're training for
Your
it.
sparring is still fighting.
So you're copying it in the head like 5-6 days a week.
Dude,
Right,
sparring,
like it's-
sparring is still a fight, but it's just focusing on technique as opposed to brute strength.
Yeah.
But if you shit, you're still going to cop it in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
So
gonna
you're-
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Lots
if we
of
had a
brain- lots of
sparring
brain damage.
session,
Yeah, you
we'd be
feel
wearing
it.
pads, but
Yeah.
we'd still be going at each
I
other.
used to spar with Sharon.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, like, I used to be rattled. I used to have the padding on.
Yeah.
But I'd be rattled still because you'd get me a good fighter, man. Like, you'd punch
Yeah,
me in the head. I don't know what I'm doing.
He was a freak.
Yeah, man. Like,
Giraffe was a freak.
dude,
man.
and he's quick, so he'd be pat, pat, pat. Like,
Dude,
three
this
comments like,
kid-
you alright? Like, man, I'm rattled, man.
What's his background? It's
Sri
Sri
Lankan.
Lankan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Sri
Dude,
Lankan.
this kid, It was the quietest guy.
Yeah.
Quietest guy. Like with me, this guy, like all of us.
Nice kid, you
We'd
know?
go out and it'll be fucking loud, and he'd be just the quiet kid just coming up the rear.
He was watch.
Yeah, he'd watch, man. Nicest dude, you know, like if you talk to him, he's polite, like soft spoken. But in the ring, man, like
Killer.
cunts were afraid to fight him.
People actually don't get fights.
He couldn't get fights. That's one reason why his
Yeah.
career went to shit.
One of the last fights he had was at Maribyrnong Town Hall. He knocked some cunt out in 36 seconds. In boxing, man. Boxing. He went up. The guy threw a few whatever. Sean's like, all right. Sussed him out for like 5 seconds. Knew his fight game straight away. Sussed him out. Saw an opening. Fucking dropped him. Like, go on, clean. And he walked off like... And then his coach came out and said, whoever wants to fight. Right? And people were saying, yeah, nah, we're not fighting.
Holy shit.
he was
fighting.
a freak.
Is he still fighting now? Or?
No, he got married.
And there's the old ball game.
He would have made pro.
There's the old ball game. Just
He
wrap it
would
up.
have made pro easy, man. Like he would have gone. He would have gone, fought in the States. We're talking a fighter.
He was a freak. What weight class do you reckon he would have fought?
Probably he weighed when he was fighting at about 61 kilo.
Yeah.
What's that? Like
He was young though.
Yeah.
He was like 20.
Yeah. But he kept his weight down though. He kept his weight to about 61 to 65, like in between.
What does that
range.
make him?
What's that? Not a welter.
In boxing
Feather?
or feather, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, just under light.
But he was
yeah.
fucking quick, and he had like lean. His name was the Lion, obviously the Sri Lankan Lion.
Yep.
So like, yeah.
The lion.
The lion,
Yeah.
man.
He was quiet.
fucked.
And he was never cocky. Like he used to knock someone out and just walk off. Like never used to like boast and like
No
jump around.
showboating.
Or anything. Just did the job and walked out of the ring.
Yeah, man.
Didn't do a Dimmy showboating session.
Me?
The shuffle.
Are you out of your mind? Me? You are the cockiest cunt when it comes to...
Nah,
to
you're the worst winner.
no.
Oh,
You know
At
what?
this table, you're the
No
worst winner.
chance.
you walk away
Yeah,
and
no.
I'm smoking like, how about them apples?
No.
Yeah, cool,
Hang
calm,
on a
collected.
second. Hang on. Okay, let's just rewind.
I've stirred the hornet's nest.
Let's
Yeah.
just fucking rewind for a second. The last time we caught up, we played Fight Night.
Yeah.
And I dominated.
Right? And you did. You just of course, we had to be using the shit cunt fighters, and you had to be using a freak, right?
Who bum Kelly?
Yeah, right. But he dominated that week,
Yeah,
right?
he did. I'll give him that.
You did. Every other week, doesn't matter. You know, it's because you dominated last.
But I'm humble either way.
We walked outside. we went to our cars, and I went to shake your hand, and you started throwing jabs at me.
That's right.
I was excited.
You started throwing punches into me. Yeah, connected. I'm like, what are you doing? Calm down. All right, let me take you back to maybe the second time we ever played Fight Night as a group, or the first time. All right.
No, that's right, because he was talking up his game.
Yeah, you'd beaten me, then you beat Nick like twice, and then it was up to me again. I put you out in like 3 rounds. All I did was put my controller away and start packing up the microphones.
You remember that Lennox Lewis? That Lennox Lewis
Lest we forget the
Oh, yeah,
Lennox
that's old.
Lewis.
That's old school.
Yeah, we've actually saved it.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually on the highest.
Lest we forget the Lennox Lewis Tyson fight.
Yeah, it was
man.
on the classic
Where
fights.
you're in the corner just trying to find your shoelaces. And I'm just throwing this right overhead.
Yeah, you
fucking
knocked him
hooks.
back, and he actually grabbed back to grab the rope.
I'm just throwing those Tyson hooks.
And you know what? Out of interest, we'll put it up because you've taped it as well, the knockout.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we'll
that's right,
we'll
we
put
share
it up
it.
on Facebook.
Yeah, if we haven't shared it already,
Yeah,
it's going to go up.
Yeah, speaking of bad winners, he actually recorded the winning and kept playing it back.
Johnny's point.
That's how much of a disgusting winner that he is.
Actually, I'm a pretty bad winner because I just tagged you in the highlights package on Facebook for the Tottenham Chelsea game.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Asshole.
Enjoy.
I'm not a bad winner. I only became a bad winner because of you. I can guarantee that.
Nah, you got it in you.
You know what? It only. Nah.
No way, because I still play competitive sports, man, and I'm a good winner. I shake everyone's hand at the end of a game. I shake the ref's hand.
She's a winner.
Not buying it.
I'm one of the nicest winners out there, man. I don't give a shit, especially if it's a fair game, man. If I get rattled, I'll fucking shake a
Do you do the
competitor's
Leighton
hand.
Hewitt fist pump thing? Come on.
When I played tennis, I
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Do you have the hat
You got to
backwards and
instill
stuff?
you got to instill the fear into the competition. Tim.
The hat backwards?
White shorts.
These little
Sweatbands.
tiny whiteys.
Sweatband.
I used to wear a head sweatband sometimes as well.
Did you have long hair?
Do you have the Agassi mullet?
Nah, just like
Talk about
Kurt Cobain style.
reinventing your career, man. Agassi.
Do you know that they're saying that mullet was fake? It was a clip-on?
Oh, he was, because he was bald, man.
Yeah.
He was bald for years.
Just clips onto the back hairs.
Yeah, no, 'cause he was bald. He was balding because then he disappeared.
Yeah, and he
Remember
came back and he was like bald. Like, what
came
the
back, bald head, shaved, like he'd lost like all that weight.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When he retired, that was like at the mid-90s?
Actually,
Late
look it up.
80s, mid-90s?
I loved Agassi, man.
Agassi, for me, was my favourite player, man.
He was awesome.
Because I think I've said it before, like we'd be in Dramano every summer watching the Oz Open, and all my family would be like following Sampras, like losing it, and I'd be the only Agassi fan.
I was always a big Sampras fan. Always. I love Sampras, man.
Dude, my mate, Pappas, my mate.
Sampras was Greek, I think.
Yeah, he was. He still is.
He was at one time, yeah.
Yeah, dude, my mate George said the funniest thing about Sampras. We're watching the Open. This is when Baghdadis, I think, first came in. This was like 10 years ago. We're all at someone's house watching the Oz Open. And we started talking about, like, the tennis players of old. And then someone mentioned Sampras.
What a head, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it looks like he's got eyeliner on.
What a head, man.
Dude.
Then he comes back like that. And everyone's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah.
George, dude, this kid turned around and he said the funniest thing. He said, man, Sampras was too Greek to be a tennis player. Just theory for that. Because Sampras had the second serve. Like, that was whole Sampras' thing. He'd fire in the first serve, and then the second serve would be just as fast. Mm-hmm. His theory was that Sampras was so lazy, he didn't want to run, so this was like, fucking
I'll do it in the serve. I'll just win it in the serve.
Dude, he's too Greek to be a tennis
Dude,
player.
he just looks like he'd be having a coffee downtown Athens.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, mix up!
Kalamaki.
Kalamaki, yeah.
Someone Kalamaki with a smoke and a suvo.
You know which player
That guy was such an idol of mine, man. Sampras. Oh.
You know who I liked, right? And it's coming from a little bit left field, but who I felt sorry for, because that era of tennis, you had Sampras, Agassi, you had some players, man. Like, we're talking, I reckon that era of tennis would have beaten this era.
Safin?
Marat Safin.
Marat, man, what a firecracker, man.
Not as much as Goran.
Michael Chang, man.
I was just going to say, Chang.
Dude, what
he's
a
still
player.
the youngest winner ever of the, which Open was it, the Wimbledon?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, he beat, not Boris Becker.
Becker.
He
Like,
beat,
what a player.
maybe it was Becker.
He had some serious,
His first victory, like his first
Was
Grand...
the youngest male player to win a Grand Slam singles title when he won the French Open.
No, he beat the Swedish player. He beat...
Ivan Lendl.
Yeah.
Ivan Lendl, yeah.
Dude, Michael Chang was a player, man. And
was
I
sick,
felt
dude.
bad for him because he was in an era Agassi, Sampras. We're talking like...
He was in a land of kings, man.
You know what? He's like the Andy Murray of today, in a way, because he had to deal with Federer, Nadal, Djokovic.
Djokovic.
But Murray's number one in the world now.
Yeah.
But
Chang
one of your
was
homeboys from...
underrated.
Your boy, Murray.
Chang trains, what's his name? The Japanese kid now, doesn't he?
Nishikori.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure that's his
Let's have a
trainer.
look. Yeah.
Nishikori's sick as well.
He's a good player, man.
Yeah, I saw Nishikori play Tsonga.
Oh, kind of
cool.
Yeah, back, like, Arch and I had gone to tennis.
Yeah.
I've gone to tennis, like, a handful of times the last couple of years, and it's been with boys from work.
Jim Courier.
Good day at the tennis.
Yeah.
Jim Courier.
Oh, I remember he jumped into Murray after the win, after he won the Australian Open.
Yeah, Kai Nishikori since 2014.
Yeah. Chang played that, Lindell, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Or was it Stefan Edberg? I think it was Edberg.
Oh, Edberg. Oh, my God.
It was one of them
man.
two. He played him in a Wimbledon final, and his mother had died, like, or was sick. You know, he was fucked. He was fighting, like, diphtheria or some shit. Like, he was gone. So he started so when whoever he was playing, whether it was Lindell or Edberg, when he was receiving, like, shots, so when they were serving, he was walking all the way up to the what's it called, the line in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like you got the baseline, you got the net.
Yeah.
What's that line in the middle where you have to bounce it past?
Oh, yeah, the...
Just with the boxes. Like with
the box.
Yeah, the box, yeah.
He was walking up to that point to take the serve.
Yeah.
To return the serve. And that was throwing off the guy serving.
Standing in no man's land.
Yeah, just standing there, and I was throwing him right off because they didn't know where to serve. And that's how we turned it around. He used that and then gained, like, a mental advantage and then fought back and
I don't
won.
remember that. That's
It's
cool.
one of the biggest, like, most upset wins ever. He was young.
If I was the guy serving, though, I would have just gone about routine as normal and he wouldn't have been able to return it.
Just serving in his head.
just out of his feet. Like, you're not going to return it coming at your feet that fast.
Yeah, how are you going to return serve to... Like, how are you going to serve it to a dude that's just standing there, like, at the net, basically?
Just serve as you normally do. Forget that he's even standing there.
Wouldn't you get points taken away from, like, aiming at his body?
No.
Well,
If he hits his body, it's your point.
He's such a dirty cunt, man. He's just no, that's the rules.
Shut up. That's a rule. Shut up. Dude, I used to hate playing comp back in the day, right? Because you'd play, right, and there was no umpire, right?
What do you mean?
What, in comp?
There was later on, like, further on when I got a bit better, but,
Like, how did you play? Stony Creek?
No, it was the same for all the leagues.
Stony Creek.
Dude, it was the same for all the leagues. Like,
Yeah.
it was up to the players to referee the game.
Really?
And like,
Why would you?
I'd hit like a perfect lob,
He'd be like out.
and he'd like run back, and I would see it go in, out, and then just cause so many fights like all the time. It was the most
He'd be
frustrating
like,
thing.
piss off, idiot. Like,
Yeah,
and,
like what? Like, but you can't say
Nah.
anything. Like, it's their call. You know what I mean?
That's bullshit. So, you know what? I'd be a gun every time he return serve, like out.
Double fault. No.
Don't fault net.
It'd be like the worst game in history. Like, they'd be there for 7 hours because everything's out. Fault.
Fault.
Let's set up a game with Tommy.
Still waiting for that.
Yeah, I want to play. I'm hanging for a game. So
I'd love
bad.
to see you on that. I reckon you'd be the cockiest.
You'd have to have a ref though. Like me and this guy, we would have to ref it.
You two can share the ref seat.
We'll have 2 seats.
Yeah, we'll be sitting there drinking Coronas.
Umbrella.
Done. I'm throwing like.
Dude, I'm bringing an umbrella from work. Those big ones.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
just
the
kick
marquee
back.
umbrellas. Yeah.
Just kick back. Get some beers.
I'm lobbing a Corona, a lime from the other side. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he's got a Corona.
Nectarines.
Nectarine.
Pull him out of the esky.
You know what?
Cornered
There's-
sandwiches.
There was another guy. I forgot to tell you. I forgot to mention this last week. There's another guy that passed away. That big name that we should all have fucking remembered.
Who?
Kimbo Slice.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
UFC.
Yeah.
Kimbo Slice.
Yeah.
man.
I used to watch his YouTube videos.
Backyard brawls.
Yeah, I used
They
to,
were fucked. Do you remember the first one?
I remember just cringing at those. Like, it was hard to watch sometimes.
Because that was the first
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
online fight thing that you
Yeah.
saw when YouTube. I didn't even watch him on YouTube. I watched him on like random
Discs that you'd get off someone, like random DVDs. I used to have a
random
bunch
discs
of-
or like random third-party websites, like just
Yeah.
rubbish websites. You have to like literally scrounge on the internet in the dark corners looking for a fight to watch. Yeah,
Nah, Kimbo, he was a
Kimbo
big
was
dude,
fucked,
man.
but his whole UFC thing was a bit of a joke, though.
Yeah.
Like he had no stamina. Did you see the last fight
He
he
had
was
bad
in?
knees as well, always.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
He was just dude. He was a brawler. Where was he from? Was he from the south?
I think so. Let me have a look, actually.
I think he was from the south. Well, he had like 5 kids. They've all got names starting with K.
Let's do some research on Kimbo.
Kimbo Slice, man. What a name, dude. He was out when we were in year 11
Dude,
or
he
12.
just looks, you're right, he just looks like a brawler
Do you remember, like,
that would steal your bike.
Give it up.
do you remember watching that shit, though, like, back in the day? Like, you thought he was the most feared guy in the world. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you thought he was the kingpin. Like,
Yeah, because he fought all these bums in Bumtown.
yeah, and he was just destroying them, and you're like, this guy's
Could you
unbeatable.
imagine
He's the best.
Ken Shamrock, like, stepping into the ring with him?
Oh.
Kimbo Slice goes for a jab. Shamrock just trips him up with his feet and just breaks his ankle off. Bone.
He's actually born in the Bahamas.
Is he?
Yeah, grew up in Florida.
Yeah, south. Yeah. From Miami. He was probably from Miami.
Fighting
somewhere.
out of Miami.
Yeah.
Down on the,
Yeah, the videos that the first YouTube videos that he had, the first fights, they're all bums. They were just big muscly dudes with like no cardio game, no actual fight cred, just bums. And then did you see the guy that beat him, the first guy that beat him in the street fight? Tell me you watched that fight. It was wrong.
I think I did.
That fight was sad because I remember watching it and I'm just like, fuck. I wanted to see Kimbo take a punch because by that point he'd just been destroying guys in like 4 punches, on the street. This was a fight set up in like a gym with mats and stuff. There was like an audience. They had a count out of like 30. Like the
I
count
think I
out was
do
30.
remember that. I think I
the
do
guy
remember
who was
that.
versing was this big white ex-cop, like some massive unit of a dude, man. Just looked like your cop from down the street you'd even fuck with, you know what I mean? And he got him with a knee, like as in they were clinching, and then everyone started losing, like, oh, no knees allowed, no knees allowed.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right?
I remember, yeah, bring it up.
And then they started the fight again, and then eventually just caught him, fucked him up. And his mates were screaming, like, and I remember the criticism of it, like all the YouTube comments, like back in the day, they were saying stuff like, it's so sad to see like Kimbo Slice on the ground, like dead, and all his mates are screaming at him to get up.
To get up, yeah.
And like they're counting to 30, like they're giving him half a minute to get to his feet to keep the fight going. Like, dude, the fight's over, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like that takes the sport out of it.
Kimbo.
So brutal back in the day, man. So
that
brutal.
takes the sport out of it.
Yeah.
Like two dudes just bare knuckle and fuck each other
On the
up.
street.
Yeah, man. Nah, it's not right. I don't know. I couldn't watch it. It was
Hey,
fucked up.
Did you boys hear about Kim Jong-un?
And what now?
What did he do?
Because we had the podcast, we
Yeah,
talked about
yeah.
him, and then like 2 or 3 days ago, like on my news feed, for my news feed on my iPhone, it came up, Kim Jong-un is in his, has put out a statement. Oh, he put out the statement on New Year's Eve. A statement saying we're in the final stages of testing
nuclear.
our nuclear...
Oh, nuclear warhead.
That's capable of reaching...
Yeah, international waters, yeah.
And Trump's thing was just like, it won't happen. That's all he said, it won't happen.
You know what, man? Like,
So people were saying, like, will it not happen because he's not actually going to do it, or you're going to stop him? Like, what's good?
I've been looking at Trump's tweets and shit like that, and like he doesn't pick his battles. Like he just goes all in.
out, yeah.
Like he's king of the world. Like he can take on everything.
Oh, that's the other thing he said. After he said that, he's like, and China, they take so much money out of us in the trade market, they should be dealing with North Korea.
Yeah, because they're communist allies.
Yeah.
Why? But the world is bigger than just America and North Korea.
Not to Trump.
Actually, the world is bigger than just America.
Yeah, man.
Like, you know what I mean? According to Trump, they're the only nation out there. And they're the only ones that have got the power to do anything, stop anything,
Yeah, because
save
Kim
anything.
is saying, like...
Say that to the Japanese in Pearl Harbor, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, Kim's saying he wants to be recognised as a nuclear superpower.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he wants. He says, why can't I? Like, why don't I not have the right to do that?
it's because we all agreed on world peace. Yeah.
But America can kind of, throw their weight around. Like, that's probably like his way of thinking.
Yeah, well, it's like, was it the Iraqi Prime Minister or President? Do you remember him from like 10 years ago? He first popped up. If you see him, he just looks like, I don't know about you, Johnny, but for me and Nick, he just looks like your uncle at a barbecue.
Probably doesn't look like my uncle.
He's got like, this guy, I swear to God, I've got relatives that look exactly like this guy. I can't remember if it was Iran or Iraq, somewhere in the Middle East, yeah? And he's got...
Not this guy?
No. Who's that?
The Iraqi Prime Minister.
Nah, it could be X, you know what I mean? But he was from the Middle East, and he had like his first. This is what drew my attention to him. His first like public like announcements and shit like that. He always wore like a suit jacket with like a shirt underneath, like no tie, uncollared, beard, like scruffy hair. Just looked like he just rolled up to like the cafe just to sit down and have a smoke and just talk some shit.
Yeah.
And he said some real shit, like real as in like the way Vladimir Putin said, America doesn't want us to go into Syria, but we will. We did. And then did the whole mic drop, like, we won. We're leaving. And then just leaves, you know?
Yeah.
What up? Yeah, like, literally, that's why it's funny watching all this shit unfold, like, because Putin has the balls to just do whatever the hell he wants, regardless of what the UN or, like, America have to say. It's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Whatever.
I'll do it anyway. And I think Kim Jong-un just wants to be able to do that as well, but no one takes him seriously because he's just like a cartoon character out in North
Listen
Korea.
to me! Yeah.
Like, look at this. The Russian Federation was like a worldwide, like, stranglehold, even as far as Eastern Germany. You know what I mean? Like, it was massive.
Yeah.
Like,
This Iranian dude's got like...
that guy!
Iran.
That's
Iran.
the guy.
Iran.
Yeah. You find some of his quotes, you'll die. Some of his quotes are fucking hilarious, man. Like, he's scary in his own insanity, but he's fucking hilarious. Is he Iraqi? Iranian.
Iranian.
Is he still the current?
I don't know.
No.
I've got no idea, to be honest. I just remember him popping up like 10 years ago or
I
something.
always get so scared though when I see this shit on the news. Like,
What do you mean? The nuclear war?
yeah, like one little
Dude,
thing.
Fallout 4. We just have to build a bunker and then come back and we'll be able to make weapons out of pipe cleaners.
It's just like everything's so fragile.
Pipe cleaners.
I feel like everything's so fragile. Like, like one little thing could be said or one move, and it's just like
Man,
domino effect. You know?
do you know what that reminds me of, man? One of the best quotes of all time. Terminator 2. It's in your nature to destroy yourselves. The realest thing ever. Like, realest quote ever. That's all we do, man. Look at what we do. You know, how many thousands of years of civilization. What our current, like, phenoms. Ice. You know, fucking planking across dangerous shit. Watching UFC.
Smoking.
Yeah, smoking. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what's our motivation to do all this shit?
Yeah.
It's in our nature to destroy ourselves because we've got nothing. We're that bored. That's all we've got left to do. Yeah, may as well.
Yeah.
Look, what else are we going to do?
Yeah.
It's fucked. Like, nuclear war, man. Like, you couldn't imagine it because we haven't lived it. But go back to the 40s. They all know what it was about.
I think we start preparing, boys.
Dude, we haven't had to survive anything yet.
Dude,
No.
the most we've had to survive is like...
SARS.
Yeah.
The bird flu.
Bird flu.
The bird flu.
Yeah.
Swine flu.
Swan, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other one now with the mosquitoes?
Zika.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah,
but that's
Zika.
not even. That doesn't even affect us. That affects unborn babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're screwed.
Yeah.
So,
But you think about it like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Doing it hard down in my area at the moment, actually, now that you
Really?
say that. There's fecal matter in the ocean, apparently.
Oh, yeah, what was that about?
Yeah,
I
but
saw
look
it.
where you are. Isn't there like...
You tell me Franks and flushes
Yeah,
into
man.
Palm Beaches shores?
Yeah, man.
Apparently it's like Frankston and Mentone, I think.
I love how they trace it back to like bad meat at Macca's. You know the one?
Frankston Macca's.
Tukaruk. Yeah, Tukaruk. Frankston Macca's is serving bad chicken. It's getting flushed in the Bob Beach.
Is it really bad?
I'm not too sure. It's like, because when it flooded.
Is it bad enough for you guys not to go swimming?
I'd still go. Okay.
You're
there was
disgusting.
you
You are disgusting.
know the massive storm
Just
we
lying on
had?
my back, spitting it out like a sprinkler.
You know the massive storm we had? The EPA released thing, do not swim along the peninsula because the oceans were that bad. From Port Melbourne all the way to...
Yeah, it got into the
Rosebud
Surrey. It got into the Surrey somehow. And, like,
and it's flooded.
and apparently if it storms again tonight, which it's meant to, it's going to make it worse.
Yeah.
So that sucks. I love the beach.
Well, it's going to be 36 on Saturday. Where are people going to swim?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, fucking, it's going to be really bad. You know, we go up to Port Scenes, you're going to be swimming in like a pile of shit. Yeah, that'd suck.
That would suck.
Gonna do what you're going to do, Nick.
That would suck.
Thinking about it, that would suck.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I wouldn't swim in that.
Yeah.
Speaking of fecal matter,
Fecal matter. You guys ever heard of Charles Bukowski?
Yes, but I don't know who he is.
was he on the Big Lebowski?
No.
I do know
There's
the
a
name.
quote. Look him up. See if you can pull it up. Lewis from work played it to me. You know, we always call each other burro, like donkey, and all day it's just like, you know, what do we say? Burro de la muerte, like donkey to the
Wait, what's his
dead.
name?
Charles Bukowski. So Bukowski. You know, Bodega de Burro, like warehouse of donkeys and all that sort of shit. He put up this quote, man, by Bukowski, and it was, hopefully you can find it, man. Something about working. It killed it. It hit the nail right on the fucking head about how I feel.
Like something how we worked to fucking pay for this.
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
just
Quotes
pay
on
for
mine.
that and we die
Yeah.
and some shit.
Suss
yeah.
it out. See if it's there. I should have
few.
written it down. I didn't get a chance to search it and write it down.
The one that says, how in the hell could
Yeah,
a person
this is it.
enjoy... Okay.
Listen to this quote, man.
what a
This hit
quote.
the nail right on the head. It's exactly how we feel, man.
How in the hell could a person enjoy being awakened at 6:30 a.m. by an alarm clock, leap out of bed, dress, force-fed, shit, piss, brush teeth and hair, fight traffic to get to a place where essentially you made lots of money for somebody else and were asked to be grateful for the opportunity to do so? Big Charles.
Kowski with the fucking hammer on the nail right
Yeah.
there.
I
mad dog.
didn't look him up. Like, I haven't even had time to look him up. But that quote, when Lewis like played it for me while we're like crying at work, and I was just like, "Fuck, man." He's like, because he had another good quote. He said something about this was one of his sayings. He goes, "This is an old El Salvadorian saying." A guy like approached another guy and they were talking. And he was telling him how he's a very important person. Like, this guy kept prattling on about how he's very important. He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll tell you what you can do, my friend. Go take a walk at the cemetery. Take a walk around. You see very, very important people all lying there. In the end, that's where we all end up."
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I thought, fuck, man. And every time you see, be like, burro importante, like the most important donkey. You know what I mean? He just kept going with it. And then he came up and
He's got some good quotes.
told me
man.
about that quote. And I'm like, man, nail on the fucking head.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got some good quotes though.
Bukowski.
Yeah, he's pretty spot on, man.
I'll tell you what, that one rung up, because this morning, man, as I was writing my notes and shit to come down today, I had the TV on, and it was on one of the Sunrise shows, and they had this thing, some segment, like some CEO from the States, like, you know, corporate experience or that shit, saying, if you want a raise, how you can go about getting one, like to be prepared in order to ask for a raise at work. I'm like, I could imagine asking for a raise. I'm not going to get a smoke, eh? Do you know what I mean?
I'd get fired if I asked for a raise.
I ask, like, sometimes at work, like, hey, man, can I go take smoke? Oh, can you get this truck unloaded first? Like, yeah, all right. I've only been doing 4 hours straight. Like, yeah, can't take a leak, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought, like, fuck you, you stupid bitch. Like, not everyone gets the freedom to just ask for a raise. You know? Like, we've said it before. We got put in as casuals because that's what the job was, and that's that. If we wanted full time, you're not going to get it there. Like, we couldn't just ask for full time, get another job. It's not that fucking easy. We're lucky to get this job.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and that's what I thought about that quote, man. Like, that quote was spot on. We have to, like that. Actually, that's what my old boss used to say. Every time you complain about your rate of pay, you're tired, like, he'd tell you to do some fucking ridiculous turnaround, you know, for like a job, drive to Ararat, set up, drive back, then drive to Seymour.
Yeah.
And if you complain, do you know what he'd say? Hard getting a job out there. That's who would say.
Yeah, because dictators, man.
Dude, it's hard getting a job out there.
Is he wrong?
No.
No.
That's just like, this stupid bitch taking a piss about how you can ask for a raise. Fuck off.
Do what the fuck I want.
That's what, ultimately, man, that's what pisses me off. Like with, like all New Year's Eve and stuff, and like the whole Christmas period. Like, dude, my cousins found it hard to like believe that I'm like, so how much time you got off? Christmas Day.
Literally Christmas Day.
Literally Christmas Day.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like, literally Christmas Day. What about New Year's? No, I'm working. What about New Year's Day? 6 a.m. And they were calling me for 4 a.m.s.
Yeah.
Dude, yesterday was my first day off in that whole New Year period, and if they were calling me for 4 a.m. shifts from 6 p.m. the night before.
People have to understand the world doesn't stop because it's New Year's.
Yeah, no,
Like,
dude.
people work. What about the service people? What about the restaurants and the bars and the this and the that?
You want to go to a bar? Someone's going to be behind the bar serving you alcohol.
That's right.
New Year's Day.
They're working. Do you reckon they want to be working?
Yeah.
Pretty much all truck drivers have to work throughout New
Absolutely.
Year's. Like,
Oh,
like,
dude,
you know,
there's no stopping.
You can't stop.
Truckies, man.
No.
Can't stop.
I've got a relative that's a truckie, man. He's based up in Mildura way. Dude,
yeah, I was talking to some of them at work.
he'd be like, yeah, I drove to Brisbane and back, and then drove to Melbourne and back in one day.
yeah. 4 New Years.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Dude, to Melbourne and back is 10 hours. Like, no. It's more than that, because you're driving a semi-trailer. You're not driving a Suzuki, you know? A fucking Hyundai Getz. Like, you're driving a fucking semi
Yeah.
that you got a literally 3-point turn just to get down a street.
Yeah.
It's over 10 hours, man,
Yeah.
Melbourne and back. And it's like, I did that in a day and then drove to, Sydney and back.
You know, that's one thing I always wanted to do as a job.
Try
Is like
to
do interstaters.
Why?
Just away. Just go like, it's just, I reckon it'd
Just
be
away doing arm wrestling competitions.
stopping at towns and...
Edinburgh pub.
I reckon it'd be, I don't know, for some reason, I always wanted to buy a truck
Comps.
and just do interstaters, man.
The money's still there.
I knew a guy that used to do interstaters, right? He used to do it 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. But the money he made in those 2 weeks, he'd make like, I think it was $6,000 a trip.
Yeah.
But like,
You got overheads for your truck.
absolutely.
Licensing,
But
rego,
he'd still
service.
pocket in that 1 week like $3,500, $4,000. Like taking my petrol and stuff like that. So $3,500, $4,000. But he used to say it's a good job. He goes, being on the road, he goes, you go nuts.
Yeah.
He goes, you're on the all you see is bitumen. You see road. That's it. That's all you see.
I see some of them when they come into work, like, they speak to me first and they're just fucked.
Dazed
Like,
and
just
stuff.
fucked. Like, they're just out of it.
Dude,
Completely out of it.
I used to work with them when I did the events, because we did most of the events we did was all country Victoria. It was country racing Victoria. So like, as far as fucking, we'd go to Swan Hill, like up north to like all that way, because they'd bring back the pallets and stillages, and there'd be like red dirt from Swan Hill.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, the red dirt. You nearly got to the borders.
The outback.
And these dudes, man, they were gone.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Gone, man.
Yeah.
And they all had like a random kid somewhere, 2 different wives, like.
Because if worst case scenario for me, if I had to, I'd go get my truck license and just start trucking. Like, it doesn't
my own
bother
truck.
me. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'll do Victorian trips, to the country or whatever.
I could see Nick with the trucker hat on. One arm out
Dirty
there.
singlet.
Dude, the way I am right now.
He's a trucker.
I'm a trucker, man. He's wearing my little trucker cap as well with the mesh. With the
Yeah, trucker hat. Yeah.
Wearing a trucker hat for the purpose so that it was intended, driving a truck.
Yeah.
yeah.
Remember all the hipsters, not the hipsters, all the wogs first fucking
man,
bought
just
them
put
in,
the
man.
hat up with the-
the Von Dutch trucker hats and all that sort of shit.
One touch.
Von Dutch, man. Von Dutch was like the staple
Huge.
brand, dude. Von Dutch and Adidas, that was it. Adidas trackies, Von Dutch hat, bum bag, soccer top. AC Milan or Inter Milan soccer top.
Yeah.
That's all over, man.
Trucking's the best job, I reckon.
Dude, I fucking hate that ad for the show Outback Truckers. Have you seen that show? I haven't watched the show. I think I've seen maybe 3 minutes of it.
I've seen an episode.
But catch the ad for it on Go. Is it on Go?
Yeah, on channel, the channel 9, that
Go.
side channel.
Catch the fucking ad for it, and it's got the voiceover of like my most hated voiceover dude, like on TV. I don't know who he is. I've never actually looked into him. He just sounds old.
Let me look
He's
it up.
trying to sound like, one man, one desire. He's trying to sound like that, but he doesn't. He just sounds old. He's like, Outback Truckers. Like,
Oh, yeah, I know
that's
the
great,
one.
dude. You're really intimidating. Really, really fucking mustard man, like hard as nails, grit, striking a match on your cheek. You know what I mean?
Just a tough
He's
Aussie
not
dude.
like Steven Seagal. Like, nah, man.
That Outback Truckers-
If I can't, I'll find it, sorry.
That show though, dude, I've watched it. Man, some of the stuff they deal with, those truckers, like getting like trapped out in the middle of the desert,
Dude, you blow
like-
a tyre on the inside of the rig. You know what I mean?
45-degree heat. Like,
Yeah. Get a jacket. Just start jacking it up.
You've got a windmill. You've got a windmill on the back of your truck. Weighs like 50 million tons.
A windmill.
And you're trying to jack it up.
An excavator, like just a massive earth mover. Yeah, jack the truck up, buddy. Just
Like I'm really.
roadside assistance. I send Timmy out there.
Timmy from RSCV.
It's the first day on the job.
Hi, mate. Yeah. Got a spare. The axle's bigger than the car. What the fuck?
Hold on, man, we have to call for backup.
What would you do? Seriously, think about it. You're in the middle of the Kimberleys and your truck's gone to shit.
I've seen it, man. They just sit there for days. Like, I actually feel sorry for them. They're just sitting on the side of their truck, hands running through their hair, just broken. Like,
Days. Sitting there for days.
literally, like, yeah.
Guy just gets out, looks at his deck. He's got like 3 smokes left. He's like,
Fuck.
Found him.
Sparks one.
I found the narrator.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Yeah, he's got 3 smokes. I should really save these. Just spark one straight away.
Is that him?
Yeah.
How did you find him?
Don't worry about me, mate. Luke Hewitt, narrator of Outback Truckers.
Wait, is that... No, but that's the narrator of the show.
No, the actual...
I'm talking about the commercials for the show.
same guy.
Oh, my God.
Outback Truckers.
It's the same guy.
Same
And that,
guy.
the ice road truckers, like,
Yeah.
they always
You
try
know
and make...
what? That's fucked up, though.
But they try and make every scene, like, really dramatic.
Dun-dun.
It's like, then there's like a close-up of the wheel on the ice, and they put that fake cracking sound, like this.
Oh my God.
Every time the camera goes down to the wheels, they have that fake cracking sound.
Ice is going to break.
No shit, it did last week. You know what I mean? I reckon the worst...
Have you seen The Deadliest Catch?
No, what's that?
Yeah,
It's all that kind of shit. When they go out fishing for crabs.
king crabs.
Fishing for crabs? A yabby net?
Nah, dude, these cunts die. There's actually been episodes where cunts have gone off the boat and it's like, yeah, well...
Dude, do you want the deadliest catch, man? Being a kid fishing for yabbies in the back of Nammers in Clayton and getting robbed for your bike at a knife point in the middle of the night.
Those kids.
Yeah, with a torch.
Trying to catch yabbies, not get guys from bikes.
Seriously, man. The worst show for like over dramatizing shit was is it Highway Patrol?
Oh, yeah.
One of those like Australian cop chase shows.
Yeah, Australia, it's Highway Patrol.
Dude, me and Luke Ruff used to laugh about it like 10 years ago.
still on.
When the first ads popped up. They had 2 cops sitting in like a car and a guy like flies past them like speeding. And he's like, "Quick, give me the gun!" He's like, "Oh, shit, that's fast!" Like, how's that exciting, dude? The guy just sped past you doing 130. Okay, well, the limit's 110.
If they weren't being filmed, oh, look at this dickhead. Let's get him. Yeah.
Pass me another donut.
Hot outside.
I'm a bit parched.
They've got that other one, RBT, which I like. It's like just a booze bust setup.
The drug bust, booze bust.
And it's just filming people getting drug busted and booze chested. And
Dude, come to my
it's the
hood.
same excuse every time. Like,
Didn't know. This is...
definitely haven't done anything.
Yeah, you know what's funny? It's like, oh, how many drinks you had tonight? Oh, just a couple, I think. And then when they get into when they test positive,
10-point fucking.
oh yeah, I think I've had about 9.
Yeah.
There was I had a wine before I
Oh, yeah,
left.
those shots.
The wine.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I think I slugged on just before I got behind the wheel.
Drinking while they're driving, lobbing out the window. Seriously.
Remember the South Park episode with Randy Marsh when he gets pulled over? I can deal. And he puts the chewing gum in his mouth. What seems to be the problem, officer? Okay, what seems to be the officer problem? It's the best fun. I'm just trying to find it.
Dude, those shows go down the same fucking way all the time. It's either some old guy like Reg or Ned in the front of the thing, red eyes, like red
You know what?
nose.
He's driving an old Isuzu kind of
Yeah,
like big Isuzu truck.
Yeah, toothless misses in the passenger seat, Shaz. You know what I mean? That was it.
You had many to drink tonight.
Yeah, okay, mate. Just
Blowing it.
Step in here, please.
yeah, seriously. And he's literally just, at one point, he turns to his missus, like, give that. You don't even understand what he's saying. But the guy's clearly off his face. Do we need the whole random breath test? And then, like, when they blow in, it's like, dude, like, seriously, cut the fucking theatrics.
And
Just,
they cut to the ad break just before they gives the reading.
I wonder if it was over.
yes, he's over. Of course he's over.
Not a mystery. The guy can't stand up. He's fucked.
He's fucked. He's fucked. You know what I love? There's always the other one. Like, there's a youngish dude, usually like in his early 20s. And it's like, you know,
You had much to drink.
I had a fight with me missus. went to the pub and
Oh, the hard story.
just trying to get home now. She's not answering me calls.
Like, she wasn't answering your calls when you left for the pub. She's giving a fuck now. It's the same story. Every fucking... How do they still have that as a TV show? I don't get it. Like Cops. You ever watch Cops?
Yeah.
Like, actually watch Cops.
Yeah.
Dude.
The first one I saw, man. This guy got busted, right, by cops, and he obviously had like a giant big rock of crystal meth on him.
Obviously.
And he's seen him coming, right, and he just quickly shoves the whole rock in his mouth and swallows it. And this rock is like the size of like a 20-cent piece.
How funny.
It was just the funniest thing, dude. Then he starts like freaking out, like panicking, like and sweating.
He just
I was laughing. I was on the ground, like he was just that scared. He just swallowed this giant rock.
Cops adult only is better.
What's the difference between adults
No, they show
only
more.
and
They
Cops?
show more.
Every episode's exactly the same.
Nah,
It's always a domestic dispute, and there's like a drunk black dude on the ground outside getting beaten. Do you know what I mean?
And his white cracker misses.
Yeah. Arrest his ass! Yeah, and it's always like a southern state.
Yeah.
Always. Like,
Yeah.
fucking...
I love
They
Cops,
live
man.
in those shotgun houses that, like, Elvis grew up in.
Yeah.
You ever seen them?
Yeah.
Look up the shotgun style house.
How much does the guy that gets busted always has like a dirty singlet on?
Oh,
A dirty loose
or
singlet.
no singlet. Or no
Yeah.
singlet. He's just got fat tits and some dirty tat.
Yeah, naked or just a dirty
He's
singlet.
bald, but he's got long hair.
Yeah.
Seriously. Bug-eyed, like, wearing a pair of shorts. He's got cuts from where he tried to run from the dog and, like, jump the fence.
It's always one of those fucking things.
man. Dude,
Just methed out of his head.
that's actually... I remember I went through an Elvis period, like, a couple months ago, and I was just reading about...
There you
this
go, New
whole-
Orleans.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, the shotgun houses, man. Elvis grew up in a shotgun style house in Tupelo, Mississippi, man. Like...
in the ghetto.
In the ghetto. Everyone just pictures Carmen.
Yeah.
Standard. Like, standard, man. But I look at that shit and just think, fuck, man, that's where Elvis Presley, like the king of rock, was born and raised. Like, in this little shed. Like, shotgun style house, man, they were built because of, like, the efficiency. It's literally just one long room with, like, living room, kitchen, and then like a bedroom, and then, like you literally walk back to front to the house. Like there's
Well, here's Kenny's house. In the ghetto, on the cold and gray Chicago moon, and that little baby child is born in the ghetto.
Kenny's house, man. They've got the ColecoVision.
I love it's the only house after the tracks.
Yeah,
It's the only house. It's the only house on that side of the track.
love it, man. Kenny was the best.
Oh, Kenny!
Yeah, dude. That's the thing. Like, you look at that shit and you think, fuck, man. Have you read about Elvis's story? Like his whole, like, how he got into the business and
I know as much as he was a twin.
yeah,
His twin died
at birth or whatever.
Yeah.
I knew that.
But, like, man, from his start, like, he literally had, like, a toy guitar that he was just practicing on. Then someone taught him how to play chords, and he was just, like, jamming around with shit. Then he started doing, like, talent shows and stuff like that, and, like, playing on the radio. And then at one big audition that he had to go to, they didn't see anything positive out of him. They're like, just, you know.
This kid doesn't have it.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's pretty average, like, there's nothing special, you know, whatever. And then while they were trying to do the songs that they were told, right? And then while they were having downtime, he grabbed the guitar and just started playing some classic, like, blues track, like some other random track, which you wouldn't have expected him to be singing.
Yeah.
And then, like, the guy was like, fuck, like, that's actually pretty cool. Like, what the hell? And they thought he was black because of his voice, because he had that, you know, black man's
Yeah.
voice. So then he did that, they recorded what he had been playing or something, and then, like, got on the radio, then just started getting more and more play. And then just went nuts. Yeah, man. But, like, it literally, like, a lot of that sort of stuff is always, like, make or break. Like, they'd be, yeah, in some calling moment and just, like, he doesn't have it. Like, dude, you know who apologized openly for it? Mick Foley openly apologized and admitted it. I think he even wrote it in his autobiography. I'm pretty sure it's in his autobiography. He apologized for dismissing Dwayne Johnson as a
When he
prospect.
first started,
Yep.
until he didn't make
They
it.
watched his first fight or whatever, and he's like, it's got an okay look and, like, good physique, but I don't think he's going to cut it. Like, that's what Mick Foley openly said. Because, and then that man would later on, he wrote it, that man would go on to become the most
biggest.
electrifying man in sports entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Mick Foley wrote that about Dwayne Johnson. I thought, man, that was sick.
That's
That is
cool.
fucking cool.
Even Michael Jordan was like that as well.
Yeah,
like
was he?
no one wanted him apparently. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. When he first went through the drafts or whatever, like no one wanted him. Then he went back and like just tried, and then someone.
Dude, James Hird got picked up at what, like around 70 something?
76 or something?
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
And became like one of the best players that ever came out.
Dane Swan, all these players, like they all got
just
picked up late.
leftovers. Like dudes that no one would have ever put like their last dollar on just to back them for a leg. And just incredible. Dude, think about Elvis, man. Because, like, forget now. Like, I've been doing a lot. I'm a dumb cunt. Like, I've been doing a lot of just reading, like, since we did the dimensions thing and then the parallel universes and the religion shit and la 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 la. I've been looking a lot about how society's changed, like, in the last, say, 50 years. Like, it's just weird, like what we deal with and all that sort of shit. That's why I was reading about Elvis. I'm like, can you imagine becoming that big in the 40s and 50s? Like, post-World War II?
Yeah, like nothing else would have been like,
Nah.
yeah.
Like, how easy it now to, like, not easy, but how famous can you get now over, like, the most irrelevant shit?
Well, we've got all the avenues. Social media does it for you.
Yeah.
You don't even have to try anymore. You can get on a sex tape with someone that's half famous. or you release a song made from the Casio keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, they put you on the radio.
Yeah.
Coming out, you know what I mean? Like, or doing something stupid, you're famous.
Yeah.
There's
If you fart on a train and someone gets a funny reaction, that viral.
Someone's always
A million views.
well, someone's always
A million! Like, that's the benchmark! A million views.
and someone's always filming these days.
Yeah,
Someone's always got their phone.
That shits me. Like, when you see online, when people are, like, criticising, like, oh, look, it's only got 1 million views. Like, dude, 1 million people have clicked into this to see
Bunch
it.
of fucking views.
That's a nation.
Yeah.
That's a small nation in the Pacific Ocean, man.
Yeah.
Dude, what's the population of Samoa?
Let's have a look.
Seriously.
I can tell
Like, you think about it logistically, yeah? You know what I mean? Then you see, like, who was I looking up? I was looking up some random, was it fights or random singers? Like, someone the other day, some random artist I'd never heard of. And he'd had, like, I'd never heard of him before. Thought, fuck, this guy's pretty good. Had, like, 80 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
80 million views. And then I was thinking about, like, Elvis. Like, phenom. Like, who didn't know who Elvis was? You know what I mean?
Dude, one of the biggest of all time, right?
Yeah, biggest.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, he didn't have fucking YouTube or like start releasing selfies of him, like, you know, kissing Priscilla Presley or some shit.
All I can say is no wonder he went crazy.
But you know
Right?
what? He did it his way, man. Like,
What, died on the toilet?
Mate, Elvis.
Died on the toilet?
He knew what he was getting himself, like, into, like, with the drugs, the prescriptions and everything like that. But look at the success he had, man.
When did he die? What year was it?
Well, first I'll give you the Samoa population. and then
These are the two facts we're bringing in together. Elvis's death and the population of Samoa.
194,899.
More people in Clayton.
Yeah, man.
Samoan. Samoan.
It's true.
That's mad.
It's true. All right, he died August 16th, 1977, Memphis, Tennessee.
Shit. How old was he?
Let's have a look. He was 42.
42, yeah. He was young, man. Dude, 42.
He's 42 years old.
The King of Rock, but think about it, the King of Rock died at 42. Michael Jackson
King of
was
Pop, 50.
50?
Yeah. King of Pop. Yeah.
50.
These kings don't last.
No, man. George Michael.
He obviously didn't have faith.
You're a dickhead.
Too soon now.
No.
Nah.
You're just an idiot.
It was
It's like evil dad joke.
What's the first thing Elvis will say when he gets resurrected? I'm all shook up.
You are an idiot.
I think people aren't meant to deal with like having that much fame.
Because they go nuts.
Yeah, but think
Yeah.
about Elvis, though, right?
I think we're like wired. We're not meant to like where we're wired. We're not meant to deal with that shit. Like think about
Elvis
it, man.
had
Just
everything.
like
You know what I mean? It got to him. Like, he had everything he could ever want. He had women. He had the money. He had the power.
Power. The sugar.
You know what I mean? He could do whatever he wanted. He acted. He couldn't act. They put him in movies because he was Elvis. Let him sing all the dialogue.
Oh my god, I gotta win this race. Dude, we did that like one of the first podcasts.
Yeah, I remember.
And then that man
Lemonade.
That's cool, refreshing drink. Dude, that's still funny, man.
Dude, to this day.
Forever.
Yeah, man. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he could do whatever he wanted because he was Elvis
Johnny's
Presley.
right. Like, people aren't meant to deal with that. Like,
Yeah,
like, dude,
That scale.
you know what I was thinking about driving here, man? Because I was texting while I was driving. And then for some reason...
Which we don't endorse here on. That's not right.
I don't. But for some reason, I heard in the back of my head the old farts they used to say, like, that we argue with. They're like, oh, you know, you have it easy, la la la. I'm like, dude, you never had to deal with typing speeds
Nah.
and resumes.
No.
You know what I mean?
PowerPoint presentations.
Nah. Dude, that's standard now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do you remember in the 90s when, like, the IT sort of phenomenon, like, took over and everyone was going to uni to do IT degrees and engineering degrees?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I'm proficient with Apple and IBM, PCs. Like, oh, that's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Now?
what? Yeah, now, like, you're going to have, like, a microchip embedded in your fucking finger to do
It's true, no. That's it.
Yeah.
We're just white, and, like, the progression, like, you know what? Remember how we talked about, man controlling fire being a defining moment in, like,
Absolutely,
in our development.
Yeah.
Then, like, all the different generational, like, as in years of development, right?
Yeah.
The progress that human beings have had to make in the last 100 years, as, like, what we deal with, like, psychologically, is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
All
this information coming in, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
think about how switched off we were to the rest of the world up in, like, dude, the early 90s.
early 90s.
Early 90s.
When I was in primary school, man, internet was just becoming, like...
I think I got online for the first time in 90...
Grade 6. I remember it clearly because my teacher was kind of like a tech head, so he was like up to speed with everything that was new, so he sort of brought the internet in for us to try.
I'm trying to think.
But that's not that long ago.
Dude,
now with like everyone's connected. It's the whole world.
It's really not that long
I'm
ago.
trying to get a timeline in my head because all my IT sort of stuff, that I know the earliest experiences I had with IT was with my cousins and my uncle. That's here. Because they're all engineers, they're all IT engineers, like initially, you know what I mean? So when they were in their, late teens, early 20s, I would have been, 7, 8 years old, and my first experiences would have been with them, like in their computers and stuff, yeah? It would have been like 95, 96, no earlier than that.
Yeah.
No earlier than that.
I remember it so well because my teacher, like, he was explaining it, and he put a picture of our class up on there. So it was like this cool moment for our class, like, oh, we're on the internet. Like,
as in he uploaded your photo.
And he actually scanned it with one of those roller scanners. Remember that? You actually roll the scanner over the picture. Yeah, like you got to roll it, then move it over, and then roll it over again.
Yeah.
Shit.
Holy shit.
I remember that clear as day. I remember sitting in class watching him do it, man. Like,
and that was 20 years ago. Literally 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And now from there, it's like...
Now, dude...
anyone can get online and be connected to anyone.
Did you know what I found the other day? I sent it to my sister. It was an old ad for a Red Rooster in Australia from when we were kids. I remember it was on one of the Simpson tapes that I'd taped from TV. It was on a commercial, and I hated it just because of for some reason it got stuck in my head on New Year's Day. Maybe because I was that tired and just out of it.
You wanted some Red Rooter.
No, I don't know why. I don't know why. I've got no idea, dude.
Did you go to Combo?
No idea why this was stuck in my head. But this is the creepiest ad I've ever seen in my life.
Strip sub with extra sauce, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Has to have extra sauce.
You want to see fucking fucked up ad? I hated these kids. I remember being 7, 8 years old. It was 93. Yeah, 93. So I was 9 years old.
I'm probably going to remember this.
Yeah? I fucking hated these kids on the ad. I hated the dad who just looks like a pedophile.
Are they like at the beach or something?
No. Dude, I don't know why I hated it. And now I'm realizing why when I see the ads. I hate their faces. I hate the Italian voiceover because it's such a cheesy voiceover with like no regional accent. It pisses me off. No, it's fine. Check this out. I sent it to my sister. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, man. Look at this. This is 1993 ads in Melbourne, man. Like ads in Australia. Look at this.
Red Rooster is bringing out the Italian in you. Ready?
I'm ready.
Molto buono.
What the hell?
That's fucked up.
Why is that dad looking at the kids like he's about to...
Molto.
At Red Rooster, you can get a piece of Australia's favourite barbecue chicken with Italian
recording in the
lasagna
background.
for only $4.
Mamma mia, buonissimo.
That's depressing.
This is why they failed.
That's depressed me for the day. That cheesy accordion in the background.
Oh, man.
Like some guy sitting at a street corner playing it.
Yeah.
You know that just drained my spirits?
Yeah,
Dude,
that made me feel sick.
I flash back to that. Now, as an adult, I saw that ad 23 years ago.
That scarred you, bro.
It scarred me.
You got issues?
I want to hunt down that fat kid at the end that burps and
Kick the shit out of him.
nail him in the back of the head. Like, just fucking...
What was that for?
Yeah.
The ad.
The ad. What
Try
ad?
to
You know what I'm talking about. With the Red Rooster. Like, it's
Think about it. 1993.
I'm going to take you back to 93. Bellissimo, was it? Yeah, dude. I fucking hate it.
Bellissimo was it?
I hate these shitty ads. And that's when I started. I remember, like, the last episode when we started talking about Nudge and all that. It's because of that. I started thinking about all the shitty old TV shows we had in Australia. Do you remember some of the TV shows we had in Australia? Ooh. Think about it. Because this is what gets me. This is another thing.
TV shows?
Reality shows, all right? Reality shows that who we make stars out of. We've talked about this on this podcast before. And then I think, like, where the fuck is the substance in Australian media? Because we have talent. We fucking have talent in this country. And I've said, being in the industry for that long, man, before I got out, it used to frustrate the fuck out of me because we don't nurture and invest in our media, in our arts, the way other countries do. And tall poppy syndrome, anytime someone gets big in this country, we just chop them fucking down like they're useless.
Bad.
And then they go overseas and become stars and then wonder why they turn their backs on Australia. Like, fuck Australia.
Dude, I've just pulled up 90s Australian TV programs.
I'll name one that even... I need you to get a date for me because I know it only ran for a year or so, but I still remember... This was this is a defining moment in my growing up, knowing that I wanted to do... Knowing that I could recognise good audio and shit audio. The Bob Morrison Show. Do you remember it?
Oh, Bob. It's not ringing any bells, my friend.
Mate,
Morrison Show.
Obscure as fuck. I remember this show.
All right, let's have a look here.
Old Australian TV is so fucking depressing, dude.
Oh, it's
the look of it, the sound of it, the acting, it just makes me feel
crap.
sick to my stomach.
Crap.
It just screened in 94, that was it. That's all it
Bob
says.
Morrison was a show that screened in 94.
Now,
Do you know what the Bob Morrison show was?
was it about Bob?
Yeah.
Bobby.
Bob Morrison was a dog. He was a talking dog. As in, his family couldn't communicate with him, I don't think, but he could just, you could hear the dog
He just
talk.
cruises around and thinks about stuff.
It's a little fluffy dog, man.
So we're talking not cartoon spec, we're talking
What's it called?
real life.
Live action. Yeah. It was a dog.
In the flesh, as I like to say.
Like Garfield, right? Like Garfield, how Garfield has thoughts and shit. The dog had thoughts. It was like an Aussie family.
The Bob Morrison Show.
The Bob fucking Morrison Show. Dude, I still remember.
I don't think I remember it.
I was 94, so I would have been 9 years old, yeah? This is when audio and me starting to pick apart shit production value started. I remember there was an episode where there was a kid on the show, right? Like the son of the family. It was like a typical Australiana family, you know, blah, 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 blah. And the dad was upset that his son couldn't whistle. He's like, oh, my son doesn't know how to whistle, you know. It's,
what a loser.
I failed.
It's like unmasculine, la la la. Like, you really should be able to whistle.
Let's adopt him out. He can't whistle.
Some shit.
Now, the show would have been great if the son punched him in the teeth and go, now whistle, bitch.
Nah, right?
Whistling blood.
But I don't remember the plot of the show past that point, right? Like what happens in the whole show. But at the end, I remember the kid finally learning how to whistle, right? And like there's a scene where he's playing with the dog and he's like, oh, hey Bob, and he puts his fingers to his mouth to like whistle, and the whistle sounded fake
Out of
to me.
Out of sync as
Out
well.
of sync, just totally like no effects on it, no mixing. I was 9 years old and I remember seeing it and
What
going,
the fuck was that?
What a load of shit. Now am I expected to believe he's all cool because he can whistle? Get fucked.
Get a job.
I was 9 and that is crystal clear, like I'm talking vivid. 9 years old, I'm picking apart media.
Hang on a second, he can't whistle at all.
I'll give you some shows that you will know. Oh, fuck.
This is bullshit.
Got disillusioned at 9 years old. This is bullshit.
Dude, 9 years old, and I was like, nah, get fucked. I don't buy that.
Well, listen, you would have watched Around the Twist.
Yeah. Oh, I put on
Why him?
I did. Why me? I'm a bitch.
I only watched Around the Twist at school on the wet weather days.
Yeah, when they used to bring in the TV on the stand.
That was based on the trolley.
Wheel it in.
Yeah, wheel it in.
The TV's coming in, no work. Woo!
Yeah.
Dude, I remember, because they were based on Paul Jennings' books. Unbelievable.
Yes.
I love Paul Jennings' books, but I hated Round the Twist. Because
right.
they're all white.
Heartbreak High.
Ah, dude. The only shows, you know what's funny? The only shows that, like, I can vividly remember that, like, were big, like, had cult followings were the WOG shows.
Yeah. Acropolis Now.
Acropolis Now and Heartbreak High.
We've got The Ferals.
The hell's that?
Oh,
You remember The Ferals?
the
puppet animals?
Pharaohs, the Pharaohs.
Ocean Girl.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is Australian media,
Ocean
people.
Girl. Holy fuck! I remember that. It was on Sundays or something. Like Sunday mornings after video hits.
Then we've got, like, you know, Fast Forward and all that kind of stuff. Ship to Shore.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was dirty.
That was
That was dirty as.
Chuck Finn.
I remember Ship to Shore. I don't remember Chuck Finn.
This has got to be Johnny. This is a show that Johnny would sit there, right, with his cup of tea,
Fuck you in advance.
with his tea and his robe. You used to sit there and watch All Saints, didn't you?
Oh, yuck. No, that's not me. I wasn't an all-sainter.
Country Practice.
Oh, these are
Country practice.
That went for 13 years.
country practice.
Yeah, man.
Was that the one with the air doctor, with the air doctors or whatever?
No, but actually, there's flying doctors.
Yeah. Flying doctors.
Sea change.
Yuck.
We've got pug mully grubs.
Yeah, I remember Mully Grubs.
Mully grub me, mully grub
That
him.
weird fucking mouth.
That weird
there.
face on the screen.
That was traumatic.
It had no nose. It was just eyes and a mouth.
Eyes and
It was
that big mouth.
"Bleh."
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Yeah, hey, Dad.
Even the picture that they've shown here, it's full pedo, man.
What do you mean?
He's smiling and he's got his hand on her lap.
Oh, is it with the group shot?
Yeah. Yeah, they've actually used that photo.
Oh, in the little girl's lap.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? Oh.
The girl from tomorrow.
What's that?
Some futuristic.
What's that? Do you know what used to get me, man? I'd go to school, and then random cunts would be talking about Ship to Shore. Like, they'd be talking about, like, what are you cunts watching at home, man? I've never heard of these shows before.
You know what? We watched Greek news. The Greek news with the dodgy satellite. We would watch Greek news, or the olds would have, like, tapes of Greek movies.
Yeah.
That's what we would watch.
It'd be all the skits.
Stuffy,
all the full frontal stuff.
Yeah.
But from Greece.
Yeah, Stuffies.
Live theatre, like skits and stuffy, yeah, like all the comedic. Harry Klin.
Harry Klin.
Harry Klin's a gun. Harry Klin is like a fucking legend in Greece, man.
Yeah.
He's actually, today, I'll be honest.
I'll show you.
He's probably, like, you think of character actors, yeah? Like, dudes that just play, like, personalities and shit. Like, you think of, like, Eddie Murphy, he's a great character actor. Yeah, like, dudes like that. Harry Klin, this Greek dude, is probably the greatest of all time, man. Like, how old is he now? He'd be in his 70s now.
Oh, man.
He'd be pushing 70. If he's not past 70, I'll be surprised. He's like my mum's hero, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's been going strong for like 50, 60 years, man, and constantly entertaining. Like, if you watch his like skits and shit, like on his shows, like he had like a full frontal show and he had like just like a Dave Chappelle show where he do routines and stuff. Man, he could get any dialect, any accent, like just down.
Just
nail it, man.
Dude, he was giving shit to the Arabs before Arabs were even in power.
Yeah.
We're talking
Before they were relevant, yeah.
Ahead of the time.
Dude, seriously, man, he's such a good actor, man. Like his delivery,
Play
everything.
any role. Like
any role you put him in, and he'll nail it, man. He's just a gun.
Yeah, man, yeah. But as kids, like,
dude,
I watch a little bit of Australian media.
TV, man. Like, All Together now with John English, who passed away last year as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, All Together. I'm just trying to remember all the shows that I grew up watching, yeah, and they were all like 1 season, 2 season, like no-namers just disappearing off the radar. And then the ones that did stick around, they would just reuse the same actors and storylines. Like, do you remember E Street?
Yeah, man.
Bruce Samuelson.
I don't remember it.
E Street, man.
I think was Melissa Bell on that show? No.
E Street, yes.
There was a blonde. There was a big blonde on that show as well. Like, every series had a big blonde.
Man, did you remember the Late Show with Steve Vizard?
Yeah.
I don't know why I just thought of that.
Dude, there was that other comedian. Fuck, I keep forgetting his name. He was on radio for ages, and then he had said some racist, sexist shit, and they booted him off. they were promoting him like the next Steve Vizard, basically. He had like a late night show, and he used to wear like a fez like he was going to sleep. He's an Aussie personality. He was big in radio,
comedian?
big in media. I think he was a comedian at one point.
90s. I'll put on Aussie 90s comedians.
Yeah, his show had one name, like his surname. It was weird. I can't remember his fucking name. I used to know it off the top of my head because I remember when they were pushing it, like it was going to be the biggest thing in media, and then like it just fizzled and did nothing. Yeah,
gee, there's a lot of people here.
Steve Vizard.
I must say though, there's some good Aussie movies.
Of course there are.
Like I love watching a good. I was like, when I watch an Aussie movie, they feel like more real than watching an American movie sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
because they are real. As in, like they're close
just to look
home.
at them and everything, though. Like
yeah, they're Aussie.
like
they're
a lot
close
more
to home.
raw. Like,
Red Dog.
Red Dog.
Red Dog.
That's what I'm saying though. Like we have the ability to make big movies, big shows, big everything. Like good actors, a lot of good. Man, I've gone to see theatre like even low budget shit off Broadway. You know? Yeah, like Chapel on Chapel in Paran. They used to do theatre, man. I've gone to see shit there. People I know that have been in stuff, good stuff, like good shit. But we just don't invest in it, man. Like The industry's so small here.
So there's got to be one of these names.
Mulroy, I think his name was.
Mulroy?
Some shit like that.
I don't know, man.
Ah, fuck.
There's nothing here with Mulroy.
Doug something.
Doug Mulroy.
I've got...
Dude, not ringing any bells.
Nah, like I'm struggling. I'm pretty sure his name was Doug. Australian.
Mulroy. I've got Andrew Bolt, Paul Bongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Paul Bongiorno. Wasn't he like...
he in
No,
news?
he's in news.
Yeah.
Doug Mulray. Mulray, man.
Doug Mulroy.
Doug Mulray. You remember Doug Mulray?
He's not even on the list.
What shows
came
were you
up in
watching,
Wikipedia
Timmy?
straight away. Australian comedian, radio, television presenter, grew up in Sydney, Northern Beaches.
This dude.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that guy's disgusting.
Television career. Also featured on Australian TV shows such as Beauty and the Beast, hosted the infamous Australia's Naughty Stone video shows, where the show's only episode was pulled from broadcast by then Nine Network owner Kerry Packer. Yeah, did they pull the show like on air, man?
Was it just too risque?
Yeah, just Naughty Stone videos, just gone.
Just dudes just fucking just full frontal hardcore.
Yeah, he was also the host of the eponymously titled program Mulray, which ran briefly in the early 90s. Yeah, he was on Beauty and the Beast, which is like a panel show.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
In 2008, Australia's Naughty Stone videos was re-aired. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at it. One-off special spin-off of Australia's Funniest Stone video shows, depicting videos of sexual situations and other sexually explicit content. The program was taken off the air part-way through the broadcast of its first and only episode at the demand of the network's owner, Kerry Packer. Like, he just pulled the pin.
I've said enough.
Yeah, like, literally, man. Kerry Packer just said, nah.
Nah, but he had some serious pull, man. Obviously, he was the president.
Oh, he was the big dog, man.
But in Australian media and stuff like that, he was...